All right, now we're back with this, the challenging economic climate right now as thousands of students are graduating college, ready to enter the workforce. Timing, right? Well, how can students stand out from their peers and secure a stable job? Joining me this morning is career readiness expert, Colonel Kenneth Allison. Colonel, good morning. How you doing?
Great, Owen. Good morning and howdy from the Texas A&M Corps Cadets and the Hollingsworth Center for Ethical Leadership. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thanks for being here. So I understand through your position, you're seeing firsthand what a lot of students are going through. Could you give us some help here? What can students do to set themselves apart as they want to enter this really competitive job market?
Yes, Owen. One of the things that we encourage our cadets and students to do is to start early and be very intentional in their process. Please do not wait. It's never too early to start. We also encourage students to get some relevant work experience, such as an internship, because as the data shows, students who get an internship are almost twice as likely to get a full-time job offer than those who do not get a paid internship. So if you start early and land that internship or get maybe multiple internships, that really increases your competitiveness in today's market.
Colonel, are most of these internships these days paid as opposed to when we were coming up through the news business, which was like, well, here's your extra job you don't get paid for multiple hours a week?
Yes, sir. Most of them are definitely paid. There's still quite a few out there that are unpaid, but more and more companies are going to the paid internship program.
Interesting. Okay, what skills, Colonel, are some of these employers looking for these days in their new young hires?
Yeah, and in recent years, more and more of our employers are looking for what we call, what's often called soft skills. I want to be honest with you, I personally don't like that term soft skill because it sounds unimportant when these skills are extremely important. For example, in our program, we call them the Core 12 Career Readiness Competencies, right? And for your audience out there, they could Google career readiness competencies or Google skills that are important for getting a job, and they'll find very similar competencies to what we use, things such as ethical leadership, communication, teamwork, adaptability, and being resilient. So we focus heavily on our Core 12.
Interesting. So how do you recommend students communicate that they have these skills when they're in the interview to say, hey, look, I've learned this and I'm ready for this job?
One thing we really encourage is to use very specific examples. Don't use hypotheticals. I encourage using what we call a STAR method. That is an acronym. The S stands for situation, task, action, and response. So use a very specific situation and explain what situation were you in, what tasks did you were you given, what actions did you accomplish, and more importantly, what results did you achieve? Today's companies are really focused on results, so to emphasize that will raise your level of performance during that interview. And to take it to the next level, you can also tell the companies what you learned during this process. That illustrates that you're a continuous learner, and also why is this skill important to that company?
Right, right. Very important. But before you go, Colonel, can you tell us just a little bit about the Hollingsworth Center and all that you guys do there?
Yes, sir. As I stated earlier, the Hollingsworth Center is a part of the Corps Cadets, which is one of the nation's premier leadership development programs. And in the Hollingsworth Center, we have two basic components, leadership and character education and career readiness. And one of the things that we have done is truly to integrate our career readiness program into the Corps of Cadets. So it is an overall Corps Cadets priority and function. For example, we have cadets who we call career readiness officers, and they help other cadets prepare to enter the workforce. We've integrated career readiness into our classroom. So in our educational courses, for example, I teach a course in the spring, and one of the things I do is every class I have a interview questions that my students have to answer. We also work with numerous companies for those jobs and internships. I talked about the importance of those earlier. And I'm proud to say that all of our work has paid extremely big dividends. About 93% of our cadets, when they leave Texas A&M and graduate, enter the workforce.
Oh, wow.
And that's compared to about a 55% at a national level.
No kidding. Wow. You guys are doing great work, and it's so nice to hear those resources are available to the cadets. Colonel, thank you so much. Colonel Kenneth Allison, really appreciate your time this morning. Have a great day.